Hi guys, welcome to a filler vlog. I'm doing this on the Tuesday on the way back from Wellingborough. And I just thought I'll make another filler because I've had a couple of days where I just didn't have the time to do anything, and you know, there was a day where I missed uploading and I'd run out of filler vlogs and things like that. Something has amused me a little bit, and it shouldn't really, I know. But somebody has taken umbrage to something I said in upload number 36, or start 36, and it's the roundabouts, lots of roundabouts, going through Harlow. Now obviously I made a mistake going through Harlow myself. Now mistakes, we all make them, we're human. Let's be honest, nobody is Mr. Perfect, and I don't expect that. I don't think anybody expects that, to be fair. We all make mistakes, we all make oopsie-daisies, we all go, oh, I just did that, didn't I? Oh, what an idiot. You know, we've all done it. I mean, I've fallen out of the cab of a truck before now. I was very emotional about that. Bloody hurt me arse. But, I said words to the effect of, because it was a few days ago since I made this, that we all know areas around where we are where the standard of driving is a little bit lukewarm. Words to that effect, you know, where maybe there's a bit more arrogance, for example, you know, oh, I'm going to make that gap, oh, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to go down there, pull in here, slam on brakes, go back in there and carry on, because he's in that right lane and he shouldn't be. That's the right turn only lane, mate. I'm turning right. You know, we all know areas where that's more likely to happen than others. And somebody took offence. They took umbrage to it. They said it's unfair to say that. Now, I wasn't pointing out that Harlow is the only place in the country where that happens, because it isn't. I think virtually every professional driver watching me could probably name about 10 areas at the minimum where that is an issue. And if you drive around London, you can probably name 100 areas off the top of your head where that happens. Now, I'm not singling out Harlow. What I am trying to do is, I'm a driver, I'm an agency driver, okay, and I've seen on YouTube and watched videos for many years, and most people are company boys or they're long haul guys, whatever. There aren't that many agency guys, and of course agency gets a massively bad rap. Because, to be fair, I'm not defending agency drivers, because I know a lot of them that are just nasty, messy individuals. You get in a cab after them and they're like, oh, what's gone on here? Oh, it's sticky. Why is it sticky? That's true. But what I'm trying to do is show new guys, people who are starting out. Maybe you've been in the industry a while and you want to go semi-retired and you're thinking about agency, but you've heard so many horror stories. What should you do? You know, help those kind of people. Now, the only way I can accurately help new guys, especially, the experienced ones, you already know this, so who cares? But new guys, people who are thinking about it, is to be truthful. I can't omit something just because somebody might not like it, can I? Because that's just letting people who want to try and learn the industry through me down. If I omit things just because someone somewhere might not like it, well, then I'm letting you guys down. And the fact is, we can all do it. Virtually everybody could, quite happily, if you feel like it, please go ahead, you don't have to, but virtually everybody watching me could probably write the name of a local area to them where you're more likely to get cut up, for argument's sake. You're more likely to be dealing with somebody who doesn't heed at a junction and just goes for it and makes you slam on. I'm not being nasty, it's true. We all know those areas. And the thing is, when I get one of those areas, I have to point out to the new guys, if you're going to be doing this job especially, because of obviously there are blind spots if you don't set your mirrors up correctly and people putting themselves in stupid places. It does happen. You know, when you get to these areas, and you all know them, you've got to be on the ball. You've got to be on your game. Otherwise, something's going to happen. There's going to be an upside. Now, as though to prove my point, when I was trundling round all those roundabouts, not only was I an arrogant little twerp who made a mistake, or man, but at a later roundabout, a Fiesta had stoved into the back end of a white Cougar, as though to prove my point. It's like, so yes, some people aren't going to like what I point out, but I can't omit it just because there might be somebody somewhere who lives in that area and thinks, well, that's a bit unfair, because that's letting everybody else down. And this industry, I mean, a lot of people who drive, I've been driving 30 years, I've got lots of experience. How many miles do you average in a year? Oh, I don't know, about 5,000, I suppose. Okay, so you've done 150,000 miles in your driving career. Yes. So you've got 150,000 miles of experience. Yes. How many miles do you think people like me do in a year? You know, my car, for example, you guys know when I got my car. You can go back and you can see when I got my car. If I'm lying, I'm dying. You've seen it. It's done over 7,000 miles now. I've done more miles in my car than a lot of people do in a year. And I've had my car a couple of months. And then of course I've got this. So I see it a lot more. I see it play out at various times a day. You know, you might see it in the rush hour, or you might be retired, for example, and you might see it, you don't go out in the rush hour anymore. There's no point. So you avoid it. I see it all times a day and night. So if I go to an area and I get cut up regularly, whatever time of day it is, and I go to another area of a similar population, and I very rarely, if ever, get cut up, then one place is slightly worse than the other. It's personal experience. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is a saint in the area I live. We're not. I'm not. We all whoops-a-daisy every so often. But I would be letting people down if I omit things just because somebody somewhere might find it offensive. Now, I'm not saying that people in Harlow are arrogant so-and-sos and it's a nasty place. I'm not saying that. I have never said that, and I will never say that. I know quite a few people from Harlow. Drivers and some of my mates. They're alright. Some of them can be a bit. But you know, it's like, for example, Southall in London. Okay, Southall. I love that place. It's a vibrant place, a wonderful place. Everybody is relatively friendly, to be fair. But their driving is a bit, you just did that. You know, it literally is one of those places you drive on whatever side of the road doesn't have the accident. But I'm not saying that that place is full of so-and-so. It's a lovely, I love Southall. I genuinely love Southall. Every time I go there, it's like, yeah. I just love going down the high street. I don't know why, I just do. But the thing is, I'm trying to show new people certain things about the industry. Don't you dare. Okay, well done. Indicate you see. Now that's a nice driver. Did you see that? Was in the slip lane. I'm trundling along. They've seen that I'm coming. They might think, oh, he might think I'm going to go in front of him. So they give a little flick to say, no, I'm staying here. You carry on. And that's polite. very nice, polite thing to have done. Virtually nobody does that. You know, but there are some areas where that car, and the reason I was saying don't you dare, was because there are some areas I drive where that car would have just gone, there you go, and I'd have been like, woo! It happens. Would it be wrong of me to tell you where those areas are? Just because somebody might take umbrage? No. Because I'm not doing you a disservice. You want to know what this industry's like. Okay, fine. I'll tell you. I'll show you. Follow me. You know, you see my videos. You know that I've had days where I haven't had any shifts. You know this. Oh, here he comes. He's going right. Lovely jubbly, lovely jubbly. But, yes. It just... The thing is, if you're going to be new, getting your truck, first day on the road, and you're given somewhere that you know, maybe you've got to go through an area and you know, ooh, what a horrible day for my first day, what a horrible place to go through in a truck for my first day. You know, well, okay, you've got to go through that area. There's nothing else you can do. So what do? Well, you're new to driving, so you're not really used to your vehicle. So, where I can be a bit more observant of things going on around there, knowing what my trailer's doing, you guys, you don't. You don't know what your trailer's doing. You're not used to it like I am. So you're trying to be observant whilst watching your trailer. So what I'm trying to say is, in that area, yeah, you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have to be slightly more observant because somebody's probably going to. But maybe if you slow it down a little bit in that area, so that you've got more time to react. See? And in other areas, you can concentrate more on what your trailer's doing and start getting used to what your trailer's doing. Because there's less chance of somebody being a muppy. You know, one of those bonkers pogo stick guys going dying, 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 dying in front of you. It's like, whoa! We've all been there. I mean, professional drivers, back me up on this. You've all got areas that you think, oh, you're not sending me there. Oh, why? Why me? You know. But there you go. I just thought I'd do this filler vlog to explain why, you know, if I'm going to do something like that, then I will try and do it with a bit of humour, with a sense of humour about it. You know, use different words, be a little bit, well, they're a little lukewarm in that area, you know, that kind of thing. Instead of just going, they're all a bunch of arrogant... I'll try and be a bit light-hearted about it. We all know it's right. We all know there's places like that. And I'm not tarring every single person. I'm not saying everybody who lives in that area doesn't know how to drive. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who live in various areas who know how to drive. But my personal experience, going through there continuously, all the bloody time, tells me that I've got to be slightly more cautious in that area than, say, in Chelmsford. It's just how it is. And you guys, you new guys, you will learn that. You will go to places and you'll think, oh, I don't mind this place. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, whoa, what are you doing? You know, leaning out the window, giving them instructions on where they should go. I think you'll be like, oh Christ, what's going on here? And then it's like Croydon. Oh, you've seen my video going through Croydon. You've seen it. The real time going through Croydon. Imagine that on your first day. That's what it's like all the time. Literally, I don't think I've ever been to Croydon where it's free flowing traffic in that area, ever. Not once. But anyway, I just thought I'd do this filler vlog. I know it's gone on a little bit, but I've got to try and put things into perspective for new guys, and that is what I'm ultimately trying to do. Whether you like it, whether you don't, oh well, boo-hoo. But it's true. I mean, like I said, virtually anybody could name an area near them where you're more likely to get cut up, or sworn at, or meet an aggressive driver. than somewhere else. But anyway, cheers for watching this filler vlog. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. Oh, another thing. Now, there's going to be a couple of uploads before this one where I have said about deleting my hashtag vlogs. Somebody pointed out, why don't I just make the hashtag ones private so that they disappear? That way I maintain how many videos I've got without, you know, obviously losing me figures and me bits and bobs like that on my channel. And it solves the problem. They disappear, they're not visible, and, you know, so on and so forth. So I'm thinking I might do that. I might just make them private. But whatever, they're going to vanish. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.